Become the person who attracts success. And Napoleon Hill, not the person who begs for success, not the one who waits, watches, or wishes, but the one who becomes disciplined in thought, relentless in action, magnetic in mindset. Because success doesn't chase people. It's drawn to those who have already decided, deep in their soul, that they will not settle for average. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. So ask yourself, are you the kind of person success wants to find? Or are you still hiding behind excuses, waiting for a breakthrough that will never come without movement? Napoleon Hill didn't write for the comfortable, he wrote for the hungry. For those ready to confront the invisible chains of fear, doubt, laziness, and hesitation. He taught us that success isn't something you stumble into, it's something you prepare yourself to receive. It's not found in luck, it's found in becoming. And what does it take to become that kind of person? It takes clarity of vision, unshakable belief, daily self-discipline, and above all, the courage to act long before you feel ready. This isn't about motivation. This is about identity. Who you choose to be when no one's watching. What you choose to do when your doubts scream the loudest. The truth is harsh, but liberating. You are either creating momentum or making excuses. You are either attracting success or repelling it with your habits. The question isn't whether success is possible. It's whether you're ready to become the person it's looking for. So often, we wait for that burst of energy, believing it must come before we move. But Hill warned that motivation follows action, not the other way around. Think about it. How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow, only to find tomorrow brings the same excuses? Hill observed in his interviews that people like Andrew Carnegie built empires not by waiting for inspiration, but through consistent effort despite low motivation. This waiting game leads to stagnation, trapping you in a cycle of regret and what ifs. Another barrier is the failure to decide, which Hill identified as a major enemy of progress in his definite chief aim principle. Without a clear decision, your ideas wander aimlessly, like a ship without a rudder in a storm. Hill learned from achievers like Henry Ford that firm decisions create momentum, turning vague thoughts into tangible results. Indecision is self-sabotage, the opposite of the decisive action that fuels mastermind alliances, as Hill described. Right now, reflect on a decision you've been avoiding. What's really stopping you from committing? Then there's fear and uncertainty, those shadows that loom large and paralyze us, as Hill detailed in his chapter on the major causes of failure. Fear of failure might feel overwhelming, but Hill reminded us that it's just a state of mind, not an unbreakable wall. How many opportunities have you missed because doubt whispered, what if it doesn't work out? The solution lies in taking immediate action, as Hill believed it's the bridge between thought and achievement. When you act, even imperfectly, you create momentum that builds your motivation and shatters hesitation. Hill's principle of applied faith shows that small steps lead to big successes, just like Thomas Edison's thousands of failures before the light bulb. Don't wait. Take that first step now and watch as energy and confidence follow in its wake. Strengthening decisiveness means making firm decisions and sticking to them, echoing Hill's advice on committing to a definite purpose. Start by writing down your decisions and reviewing them daily, a habit Hill's successful subjects like Andrew Carnegie used to stay on track. Decide on one goal today and commit, no backing out, because as Hill said, decisiveness is the foundation of progress. Practice the first step by setting a simple timer for 5 minutes and diving in, no matter how unprepared you feel. Overcoming hesitation and fear starts with facing them head on, as Hill asserted that action is the antidote to fear. Visualize your success to counter those doubts, stepping out of your comfort zone just as Hill's role models did. Remember, failure isn't the end, it's a stepping stone, carrying the seed of equivalent advantage as Hill discovered through his own experiences. Reframe your setbacks as feedback, learning from them to build resilience, just as Hill did in his interviews with over 500 successful people. Building self-discipline is the cornerstone of Hill's success formula, turning fleeting emotions into steady progress. Discipline isn't about willpower, it's about creating habits through repetition, like Hill's daily affirmations that powered achievers like Henry Ford. Start with one disciplined habit today, such as waking up early to visualize your success. It's the Hill way to mastery. Creating a clear vision and goals fuels your motivation, directly from Hill's definite chief aim concept. Vague goals lead to failure, so define specific, measurable ones and break them into daily actions, turning dreams into reality. Finally, remember Andrew Carnegie's story, rising from poverty through decisive action and overcoming fear. He built a steel empire. Now, it's your turn to start today and attract the success you're meant for. Hill's philosophy sums it up. Success is attracted by the person you become through action, discipline, and clear goals. Don't procrastinate. Apply one principle right now and watch your life transform. Share your first step in the comments, and remember, as Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. As Napoleon Hill so powerfully stated in Think and Grow Rich, setting the foundation for transforming your life from one of hesitation to one of unstoppable success. Imagine waking up every day with a burning purpose, where procrastination no longer holds you back, drawing directly from Hill's principle that success begins with a definite chief aim. But first, let's address the silent thieves that steal your potential. Those nagging feelings of doubt and delay that keep you stuck in a cycle of unfulfilled dreams. You know the pattern. Ideas spark in your mind, yet you wait for the perfect moment, allowing fear and indecision to erode your confidence, just as Hill warned in his discussions on the six ghosts of fear. This hesitation isn't your fault. It's a common trap, rooted in the belief that motivation must come before action, a misconception Hill debunked through his interviews with titans like Andrew Carnegie. Think about how many opportunities you've let slip away because you were waiting for that elusive spark of inspiration. Hill's wisdom reveals that true progress comes from acting despite those feelings, turning thought into tangible results. The need for change is urgent. Without immediate steps, your goals remain mere fantasies, trapped in the realm of what ifs. Remember, as Hill emphasized, procrastination is the enemy of progress, and only through decisive action can you break free from this invisible chain. Now, let's explore why you don't take action, starting with the myth that you must feel motivated first. This false belief keeps you paralyzed, but Hill showed that motivation often follows action, not the other way around, as seen in the lives of his successful role models. How many times have you said, "I'll start tomorrow," only to find that tomorrow never arrives, echoing Hill's critique of reliance on fleeting emotions? In Hill's words, successful people like Henry Ford didn't wait for inspiration. They forged ahead with consistent effort, building empires through sheer determination. Next, consider the failure to decide, a major barrier Hill identified as the root of stagnation in his mastermind principle. Without a clear, definite aim, your ideas wander aimlessly, much like a ship without a rudder in stormy seas. Hill's interviews revealed that achievers commit to decisions firmly, turning uncertainty into a pathway for growth and success. Indecision is self-sabotage, the opposite of the decisive action that Hill praised in his alliances of great minds. Take a moment to reflect. What decision have you been avoiding, and how is it holding you back from the success you deserve? Then there's fear and uncertainty, those invisible forces that Hill called the major causes of failure, gripping your mind and freezing you in place. Fears are nothing more than states of mind, as Hill asserted, and they can be conquered through bold, immediate steps. Picture someone delaying a career change due to the dread of failure. It's a missed opportunity that Hill's principles urge you to overcome. But here's the solution. Embrace the power of action, where even a small step ignites momentum and dissolves hesitation, aligning with Hill's belief that action bridges thought and achievement. Just as Thomas Edison persisted through thousands of failures to invent the light bulb, your first move sparks a chain reaction toward your goals. Applied faith, as Hill taught, means acting now, not waiting for perfect conditions, and watching as motivation naturally follows. Don't wait. Take that step today and feel the energy build within you. Strengthening decisiveness is key. Make firm decisions and commit to them, drawing from Hill's habit of daily reviews to solidify your path. Adopt this practice. Write down your decisions and revisit them each day, just as Hill's successful subjects did to maintain focus. Decide on one goal right now and vow to pursue it. No backing out, no second guessing. Hill's examples, like Andrew Carnegie, thrived on this decisiveness, proving it's the cornerstone of attracting success. Now, practice taking the first step. Set a timer for 5 minutes and begin that task you've been putting off, embodying Hill's advocacy for immediate application. Repeat to yourself, I am taking action now, and success is inevitable, using Hill's autosuggestion technique to reinforce your resolve. Overcoming hesitation and fear means facing them head on, as Hill advised, where action becomes the antidote to doubt. When fear arises, act anyway. Step out of your comfort zone, just as Hill's role models did to achieve greatness. Visualize your success vividly, counteracting fear with the positive imagery Hill recommended in his teachings. Learning from failure is essential. See it as a stepping stone, not an endpoint, echoing Hill's view that every setback carries the seed of equivalent advantage. Hill himself turned personal failures into the principles that inspired millions, showing how resilience builds through experience. Build self-discipline as the key to success, for it's self-mastery that propels you forward, not fleeting motivation, as per Hill's core philosophy. Discipline grows through repetition. Start with daily affirmations and routines, mirroring the habits of Hill's achievers like Henry Ford. Begin today with one disciplined habit, such as waking up early to visualize your success. It's the Hill way to mastery. Practice positive habits that align with your goals, like completing tasks promptly, tying into Hill's emphasis on habit formation for long-term progress. Try a 30-day challenge. Commit to a new habit each morning, and watch as it transforms your life, just as Hill prescribed. Finally, create a clear vision and goals to fuel your motivation, starting with Hill's definite chief aim to give direction and purpose to your efforts. Welcome to the journey of becoming the person who attracts success, as inspired by Napoleon Hill's timeless wisdom. Remember, success isn't about waiting for the stars to align. It's about aligning your actions with your deepest desires. As Hill once said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. So let's ignite that belief right now. You've likely felt the pull of procrastination, that sneaky force that whispers, not yet, stealing your momentum. These silent thieves, as Hill called them, are rooted in the 6 ghosts of fear that haunt our progress. Fear of poverty might make you hesitate on bold financial moves, while fear of criticism keeps you from sharing your ideas. But here's the truth. Inaction only amplifies these fears, trapping you in a cycle of regret and unfulfilled potential. Think about it. How many great ideas have you shelved, waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives? Hill taught us that change begins with a decision, not a feeling, because thoughts alone won't build your empire. Waiting for motivation is a trap, as Hill observed. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Just like Andrew Carnegie, who didn't wait for inspiration to build his steel empire, you must start moving forward. Indecision is self-sabotage, the opposite of Hill's definite chief aim, which demands clear, unwavering commitment. Without a firm decision, your dreams remain idle like a car without an engine, going nowhere fast. Hill interviewed hundreds of successful people, like Henry Ford, who turned indecision into decisive action that changed the world. Now, ask yourself, what's one decision you've been avoiding, and what's stopping you from making it today? Fear and uncertainty are universal, but as Hill wrote, fears are nothing more than states of mind. They creep in as doubts about failure, making you question if you're truly capable of success. Yet, every great achiever Hill studied faced these fears head on, using action as their shield. Imagine delaying a career change because of uncertainty. How many opportunities slip away in that hesitation? The solution lies in immediate action, as Hill emphasized. Action is the bridge between thought and achievement. Take that first step, even if it's imperfect, and watch how it sparks a chain reaction of progress. Applied faith, Hill's key principle, means turning your beliefs into tangible steps. Just like Thomas Edison's thousands of failures led to the light bulb. Don't wait for motivation. Create it through movement, and soon you'll feel the energy building within you. Strengthening decisiveness starts with committing to a definite purpose, as Hill advised in his mastermind principle. Write down your decisions daily, review them, and let them guide your path, just as Hill's successful subjects did. Today, decide on one clear goal and stick to it, no backing out, no second guessing. Practice the first step right now. Set a timer for 5 minutes and begin that task you've been putting off. Repeat Hill's autosuggestion. I am taking action now, and success is inevitable, to reinforce your resolve. Overcoming hesitation and fear means facing them directly, as Hill taught. Action is the antidote to fear. When fear arises, act anyway. Step out of your comfort zone and watch it dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Visualize your success, a technique Hill used to counteract those nagging doubts and build unshakable confidence. Learning from failure is essential, as Hill said. Every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. Think of Hill's own life. His setbacks fueled the principles that made him a legend. Reframe failure as feedback, a stepping stone that propels you closer to your goals. Build self-discipline as the cornerstone of success, for as Hill believed, self-mastery is the foundation of all achievement. Discipline isn't about fleeting motivation. It's about creating habits that turn your dreams into reality. Start with small, repeated actions, like Hill's daily affirmations, to forge a path of unyielding progress. Just as Henry Ford relied on disciplined routines to overcome obstacles, you can do the same in your daily life. Practice positive habits today. Wake up early, visualize your success, and tackle your tasks with focus. Try a 30-day challenge inspired by Hill. Commit to one habit that aligns with your definite aim and watch it transform you. Create a clear vision and goals to fuel your motivation, as Hill's definite chief aim demands specificity and belief. Vague goals lead to failure, but Hill's formula, define, believe, and act, turns aspirations into achievements. Write down your top goal now, make it measurable, and break it into daily steps that you can act on immediately. For instance, if your goal is career success, start with networking today, don't delay. Hill proved that clear vision is the magnet that attracts success, drawing opportunities to you effortlessly. Let me share a real-life example from Hill's work. Andrew Carnegie's rise from poverty to steel magnate. Despite failures, Carnegie took immediate action, built alliances through the mastermind, and overcame his fears to achieve greatness. You can emulate him. Start today by applying one of Hill's principles and watch your own success unfold. In conclusion, remember that success is attracted by the person you become, as Hill so wisely stated. Through decisive action, self-discipline, and clear goals, you're no longer a victim of hesitation. You're the architect of your destiny. Welcome to this journey of transformation, where Napoleon Hill's timeless wisdom guides us toward becoming the person who attracts success. As Hill profoundly stated, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. reminding us that success starts as a mental blueprint waiting for action. Picture yourself trapped in a cycle of procrastination, where ideas flicker but never ignite into reality. These silent thieves, hesitation and doubt, stem from the fears Hill identified, like the fear of poverty or criticism, holding you back from your potential. You know that feeling. A great idea sparks in your mind, yet you wait for the perfect moment, allowing indecision to steal your momentum. Hill taught that this waiting game is the enemy of progress, as true success demands applied faith and immediate steps toward a definite goal. Ask yourself, are you ready to break free from this trap and turn your thoughts into tangible achievements? Now, let's explore why you might not be taking action, drawing from Hill's insights on the psychological barriers that hinder success. One major culprit is waiting for motivation to strike, but as Hill warned, motivation often follows action, not the other way around. Think about it. How many times have you delayed starting a project, hoping for that burst of energy, only to find it never arrives? Hill observed in his interviews that figures like Andrew Carnegie built empires through consistent effort, not fleeting inspiration. This reliance on emotion leads to stagnation, trapping you in a loop of unfulfilled dreams. Another barrier is the failure to decide, which Hill pinpointed as a key flaw in those who never reach their potential. Without a definite chief aim, your ideas remain idle like a ship without a rudder in a stormy sea. Hill's studies of successful individuals, such as Henry Ford, showed that firm decisions create the foundation for breakthroughs. Indecision is self-sabotage, the opposite of the mastermind principle where alliances form through bold choices. Reflect on a decision you've been avoiding. What's truly stopping you from committing? Fear and uncertainty compound this problem, as Hill described them as major causes of failure in his work. Fears of failure or unknown outcomes keep you paralyzed, preventing you from stepping into the arena of success. Yet, Hill reminded us that fears are nothing more than states of mind, conquerable through deliberate action. Imagine missing a life-changing opportunity because doubt whispered in your ear. Don't let that be your story. The solution lies in embracing immediate action, as Hill believed it's the bridge between thought and achievement. By acting now, even if imperfectly, you create momentum that builds your motivation and confidence. Hill's principle of applied faith teaches that small steps lead to monumental successes, just as Thomas Edison's failures paved the way for innovation. Don't wait for the stars to align. Take that first step today and watch the chain reaction unfold. Strengthening decisiveness is essential. Hill emphasized committing to a definite purpose as the key to progress. Start by writing down your decisions and reviewing them daily, a habit Hill's achievers use to stay focused. Decide on one goal right now and pledge to it. No hesitation, just pure commitment. As Hill's subjects like Andrew Carnegie demonstrated, decisiveness turns ordinary people into legends. Practice the first step by tackling a small task immediately, aligning with Hill's advocacy for instant application. Set a timer for 5 minutes and begin. It's a simple yet powerful technique to overcome inertia. Repeat Hill's autosuggestion. I am taking action now, and success is inevitable, to reinforce your resolve. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what one step can you take right now to move forward? Overcoming hesitation and fear requires facing them head on, as Hill asserted that action is the antidote to fear. When fear arises, act anyway. Hill's method of visualizing success helps dismantle these mental barriers. Imagine you're one of Hill's students, stepping out of your comfort zone to embrace challenges and grow. Each time you push through fear, it shrinks, paving the way for greater achievements. Learning from failure is another vital tool. Hill viewed failure as a stepping stone, carrying the seed of equivalent advantage. In his own life, Hill's setbacks led to profound insights from interviewing over 500 successful people. Reframe your failures as feedback, turning them into lessons that propel you towards success. Build self-discipline as the cornerstone of your transformation, for Hill saw it as the essence of self-mastery. Discipline isn't about waiting for motivation. It's about creating routines that drive you forward, regardless of how you feel. Hill's achievers, like Henry Ford, relied on disciplined habits to overcome obstacles and build empires. Start with one small habit today, such as daily affirmations, to cultivate the discipline Hill championed. Practice positive habits like waking up early and visualizing your goals, drawing from Hill's techniques for habit formation. Try a 30-day challenge. Each morning, affirm your definite aim and take immediate action on it. Remember, discipline compounds over time, turning you into the person who naturally attracts success. Create a clear vision and goals to fuel your motivation, as Hill's definite chief aim is the roadmap to achievement. Vague goals lead to failure, but specific, measurable ones, as Hill prescribed, ignite your path. Define your aim clearly. Write it down, believe in it, and act on it, following Hill's proven formula. Break your goals into daily actions. For instance, if success means career advancement, start networking today. With a clear vision, you'll find that motivation follows your steps, just as Hill promised. Let's look at a real-life example. Andrew Carnegie's story, as shared by Hill, exemplifies overcoming fear through decisive action. Rising from poverty, Carnegie took immediate steps, built alliances, and turned failures into a steel empire. You can emulate him. Start today by applying one principle from Hill's teachings to your life. In conclusion, remember that success is attracted by the person you become, as Hill eloquently put it. Act now, for tomorrow is too late. Through decisive action, self-discipline, and clear goals, you'll break free from hesitation and draw success to you. Don't procrastinate. Take that first step today, no matter how small, and watch your transformation begin.